Tammy Blockus with Audioholics, and we're here on a special evening. I'm here with Cedric, who's the CEO of VerVent Group, and I'm here with Rejean, who is the product manager of VerVent Group, and we are here for the official launch party of the Focal Diva Utopia loudspeaker. And Cedric, the biggest compliment I can tell you is somebody was behind the door and said, I thought somebody was singing live in the room. Isn't that what the audiophile experience is all about?
Totally.
So the first question I have for you is, who's to blame for the idea behind the Diva Utopia? Because this is really a unique loudspeaker for channel and the audiophile community. So who bears the blame for this?
Asking the question.
Rejean, who bears the blame?
For sure, Cedric.
Cedric.
When I joined the company, I met Cedric, and he hired me for this special product. Many other for sure, but this one was for 5 years the biggest project and products that we developed. So yeah, Cedric was behind this vision of an active, connected, wireless loudspeaker.
And I think that's really the operative word. Is for years you've heard us talk about here at Audioholics the advantages of having an active loudspeaker, of having active crossovers. And Focal is a company with a real storied history, but you really had the courage as really an audiophile brand and a premier home theater brand to say, we're going to make an active loudspeaker, and this is going to be sort of our gauntlet down to the industry. So tell me I know what the advantages are, but why don't you explain just for our Audioholics community what some of the advantages are of having a fully active loudspeaker where you control everything from input to output, the amplification, and tell us a little bit about what makes this speaker a little bit special.
I do believe that it's quite simple. We wanted a high fidelity loudspeaker, which is really in our DNA at group level, but we wanted this speaker easy to use. Simple as that. So no compromise on the sound performance, no compromise on the components, on the spare part, on anything, but easy to use.
And I think that's one of the messages that's come across tonight in our conversations is we oftentimes tend to focus about the tech, but what makes the Diva Utopia special is this is an audiophile loudspeaker, and the performance is fantastic, top to bottom. We'll get into that in a second. But 5 minutes, you can have this loudspeaker unboxed, rolled into your room, ready to go and stream. So that ease of use where the technology gets out of the way has been an inhibitor, because folks are oftentimes talking about what preamp am I going to match? What am I going to have for the amps? You've taken care of all of that science and technology within the Diva to make it an all-in-one audiophile solution. So quick question.
And plug and play.
And truly plug and play. I'm going to show you, and I'm going to have Rejean show us in a second how easy it is from the UI interface. For those of you who are the young audiophiles, the aspiring home theater fanatics, this is really a tech-rich speaker, and Focal really has done it right. They get what this is. You may be a few years ahead of the curve where the market is going, but I kind of like what you've done here. So if you could, in just a few brief seconds, tell us a little bit about the drivers and the technology, because your Utopia line is unique, because you always have beryllium drivers that are unique to the Utopia line, but you've done something unique with this beryllium driver. So can you tell us what is special about the Diva?
I mean, you almost tell everything. But okay, no, I'm kidding. Just the guys behind, I mean, the technical guys behind the Diva Utopia is the same behind the Grande Utopia. So you will find all the best technology that we developed since 45 years at Focal, such as the beryllium tweeter. And for the first time in the global division, home division, the beryllium tweeter is with this special home shape that will bring much more rigidity and a bigger voice coil for better power handling. You will also find the W membrane. It's really famous at Focal, and this is the part of our DNA. Our DNA is the speaker, the drive units, and the membrane that compose this speaker. So the W membrane has evolved along the years and time, but we have the final version here of this membrane for the mid bass that you have just here, and for the four 6.5-inch woofer that you have on the side of the speakers.
So you have 6 total drivers, tweeter to bass drivers, right? Exactly. And this is the same, again, W sandwich cone that we're finding in the entire Utopia line. So this is DNA, this is a Utopia loudspeaker, top to bottom.
Exactly. After that, for sure, the membrane is not enough. We bring much more technology, such as what we call the GMD, the 10 mass dumping technology that is patent 10. We also have what we call the DNDS technology on the tweeter. I mean, many things. But the major point is not the tech. At the beginning of the project, we have one key word, and this one was simplicity. You know, bring simplicity in many complexity things, many technical things, and try to forget this. Just put the speaker on the room, connect it, set up with the app, and that's it. Enjoy an iron system, iron audiophile system, without any complexity.
It's great, and I think it's important to note that the electronics that are here is a partnership between Name and Focal, and this is really all Name electronics. You make a custom design, and you have this is Class AV throughout, the architecture of the loudspeaker, and we have a dedicated AB amplifier to a tweeter, a dedicated amplifier to the mid-range, and then we have a beefy Class AB amplifier, and we also have a beefy heat sink on the back, dedicated to the 4 bass drivers. So refresh my memory as to what the power ratings are for each of those amplifiers.
So for the tweeter, you have a regular 75 watt amplifier, for the mid 75 watts, and for the woofers we have 2 different amp. One each are 125. So the total amount of the system is 800 watts.
800 watts of Name amplification built in. It's great.
Really great. It's really great, and thanks to the design and to the technical element, we have also a beautiful heatsink that allows us to cool every single part inside the product.
And it's all aluminum, so you really have great design. Now, a couple of things about the product is we have high-end processors and DACs that are running this. So I'm going by memory. We have Shark processors that are doing all of this. And for those of you who may not know, Shark processors are going to be found in some of your high-end home theater and 2-channel amplifiers to do all the processing. So you really pulled out all the stops there. And you also have high-end DACs as well. And it does my memory serve correct? You have a DAC for every driver, or refresh my memory because I missed that.
So exactly. So you have the brain. What I call the brain is the DSP, the chat one. After that, you have the brain will separate the different way, and one way for the tweeter, one way for the mid bass, one way for the woofers, and every single way you have the DAC. So one DAC for every single way, one pre and one hand. So it's kind of a classic hi-fi system.
That's great.
Inside this product. It's the same philosophy of audiophile separated.
That's great. Now, another characteristic of Focal has been the unique shape of the cabinet. So I want to talk about the cabinet in a sec. So you've time-aligned the drivers, so that's been a unique aspect. And notice that we don't really have that angled baffle, but you have total time alignment with this. How did you achieve that?
Thanks to the DSP, because the point on the project on this product was to have the thinnest product as possible. That's why we put 4 woofers on the sides and achieve this really thin speaker. We do that because we have totally control on every single parameters, such as the DSP, so we can control also the phase of every single unit.
Which is huge. Guys, that's one of the big things. When you can do phase alignment of the drivers with an active crossover, it makes the loudspeaker sound smooth. You can't do that with a passive crossover
for sure,
to that extent.
For sure.
So great.
So that and that's where this Diva name come from, because the first Diva was in 2002 with the Diva Utopia PE, and those products, those speakers had the driver on the side.
It's great. This is the first loudspeaker product that I'm aware of that's currently in production that has this unique panel design. So this is a unique recycled felt, and Cedric, I believe this was your idea, your credit, but it's fantastic. So a couple of things, it's a special polymer that you have for the entire cabinet infrastructure, right? The entire cabinet, this is not plywood or HDF, this is a unique composite that's made in one place in the world, and that's in Germany, is the only facility that's able to make this cabinet. So now wrapped around the cabinet are these felt panels, and they are felt. They're beautiful, they have a heathered feel to them, and they fit into any decor. And as somebody who's owned piano glass loudspeakers, I don't have to worry about scratching these. I don't have to worry about somebody touching them, and they've got a great feel to them. So tell me a little bit more about the panel and what the future holds.
The main idea was to separate the audio part and the aesthetic part of the speaker. For one reason, in a few years, you may change the side plates to adapt to your new interior, or because you get bored of it. So this is something that we brought to the table. I do believe it's a great idea because people will be able to change. So you ask for leather finishing or lacquer or wood, whatever, and we can provide this finishing.
That's great. So the panels currently are in this gray recycled finish. You will be able to custom finish, and you can interchange the panels, but it will be a dealer installable option. It will not be a consumer level option. What else do you want to tell us about the speakers? And add one final question once you're done.
Only thing I would like to add is go in the Focal Diva store and listen to those speakers. They deserve it.
That's great. My comment on the speaker is, this is uncharacteristically Focal, but at the same time, this is characteristically Focal. I think you're blazing the trail for the new audiophile, the new home theater lover who wants the electronics out of the way and just wants the music. You want to control this through the app, and you want it through a really slick, cool interface. So that's what you're focusing in on. And because you're Focal, if you love the analog, you love all the power and all the electronics, you still have the entire lineup that's still there. So it's really the best of both worlds. With that, any other final thoughts, Rejean? This is really your crowning achievement after 5 years.
Yeah. I will finish on this one. You really need to do the global experience of the unboxing through the first track, because this kind of magic, it's fantastic. It's easy. It's super impressive to have this iron system, like with your controlling with your fingers. So yeah, people really need to test it and to try this experience.
And there's built-in EQ for the speakers based on you, the listener. So it's an amazing thing. So I don't know, maybe Cedric, if you're the right person to ask, maybe Rejean, maybe you can send me a review pair at some point, and then we can document that magic. What do you guys think, huh?
Sure we will.
All right, that sounds great. Well, listen, thank you all very much. Congratulations on this pioneering product, the Focal Utopia Diva. I'm going to go back downstairs, and we're going to continue our great listening session. So until next time, keep listening.
So it's a new era for our group. I do believe also for our industry. What we try to do is to make some speakers easy to use, and I do believe that we have succeeded.
And don't forget our Patreon channel at patreon.com/audioholics. We appreciate your support. You'll get direct access to us, you can ask questions, and you can even suggest topics for future programs.